everybody, welcome back to Heart Breathings. I am coming to you today to talk about our June HB Notebook Challenge. But before we get started with that, in light of the recent events here in the United States, I just wanted to let you know that I love you, I care for you. I am here for you however I can be. So if there's any way that I can be of support during these difficult times, please let me know. I know it's hard times for a lot of people and we have a lot of stress and a lot of things going on. So please know that I genuinely am here for you however I can be, and that I am thinking of you, especially if you are going through a tough time right now. I sincerely hope that thinking about notebooks and pulling some of your dusty ones off the shelf for a little while will bring you some comfort. Maybe journaling during this time, documenting your thoughts, documenting the events will help you during this time too. So turn to your notebooks, turn to your journals, turn to your community, and reach out for support if you need it. So today we are going to have our June Notebook Challenge. I'm actually posting it before the beginning of the month for the first time in a while, and I'm excited about that. So if you're new to the Notebook Challenge, this is basically a monthly challenge where I just encourage you to take all of those notebooks that you've been hoarding or have been collecting for years that you've just felt like are too precious to write in, too precious to mess up, and just get in them. Start writing, start using them, start allowing them to serve you and your creativity right now and for years to come. Because as beautiful as they are, they're not doing you any good on that shelf completely empty. So pull out one of your most precious notebooks, start writing your thoughts down, and start reigniting your creativity. So every month on this channel, we have an HB Notebook Challenge video where I show you how I'm using my notebooks, what I've been doing with them so far, and I have a monthly giveaway. I am so excited to say that this month I'm actually giving away one of those notebooks that I hoarded for years as a precious notebook to me, and I'm going to let it go so that it can bring some light into your life. So this is a Harry Potter notebook. I'll show you a little bit more of the inside of it towards the end of this video, as well as a simply gilded pen. This is going to be open internationally, so feel free to comment, like, and subscribe in order to enter to win. Make sure that you watch to the end of the video to get more details on how to enter. All right, that being said, let's dive into the notebooks that I'll be using in the month of June. Also, just to let you know, my HB 90 Bootcamp is now open for enrollment, so I'll have a little bit more information for you down below as well as in this video today. Again, I love you. I'm sending you all my good thoughts, and I hope that you find some joy and solace in today's video as we take a look at our notebooks for the month of June. Hey you guys, okay, so I have like so many notebooks spread out over here. I'm gonna do my best to go through them quickly, but it is finally moving into summer. We are done with May and moving into June. So we are getting close to the halfway point of the year. And I am looking forward to using up some of these notebooks that I've been using so far this year. So I'm gonna update you and show you what I've got. So just as an update to notebook / planner stuff that I've been using, part of my evening routine that you guys saw at the beginning of the year is to write in my 5-year journal every day. This is a Hobonichi 5-year journal. And I just keep the little ribbon on the date. So I'm recording this on the 29th. And so tonight when I go to read my tarot card and do all of that, I will just write a little something about the day and what happened, usually just a little sentence about each of my kids and what we did for the day. And I will also mark my tarot card. I still didn't ever figure out anything that I wanted to do on this page. So I just decided that I will leave that for next year or a future year, and I'm just not going to worry about it. But I am excited to say that I have never missed a day in this journal. So I have written in it every single day, and I hope that by the end of 2024, I'll be able to continue to say that for this notebook, because this is going to be a really nice keepsake, and I hope I can continue to do this for years to come. Then I also have this Hobonichi as part of my evening routine that is in this cute Hello Kitty case. This is the cousin size, which is the A5 size. Every single day when I'm getting ready to draw my tarot cards, I will put it here in the beginning. So in the beginning, it has 6 months, and then the second 6 months of the year, and then it has days. And there's all kinds of things you could track here, but I decided to use it as a way to track my cards for the entire month and really for the entire year. I would like to, someone suggested even going in and highlighting certain colors where you have like all the swords are in one color, all the pentacles are in another color, and so on, so that you can kind of start to recognize patterns. And I think I am going to go back and do that, but I want to be careful about what highlighters. So if you know which highlighters work really well in the Hobonichi without like bleeding through, and I was using a Pilot Precise V5, so something that isn't going to smear this. So I might have to do a little bit of testing. At the top, I also tend to put which tarot I'm using. So for 3 months, pretty much consistently, I used the Golden Universal Tarot, and then I've used the Kawaii Tarot in May, but then I switched to the Hermetic Tarot on the 22nd for the new moon, and ever since. So I'll just continue on with that in June. The second thing I do is on the weekly spreads, I don't put any color or decorate it in any way, but I write a little bit more on each date about which card I got in my tarot drawing. I just am drawing one card at night, and I just say kind of what it meant to me for that day. So I've been keeping up with that. I also haven't missed any days with this. Then on the daily pages, I've been doing the same thing. So I've shown you guys this a few times, that I have been keeping up with writing something. Sometimes, like for example, this one is a 2-page spread. So instead of writing on the 8th and the 9th, I just put all of the 8th on one page. There are a few days here and there that are not filled out at all, and that's just because for that day, for whatever reason, I didn't have time to do it. But this has really been a nice tarot journal. I'm not really great at decorating it. I'm just kind of putting some washi tape in. So here's a whole like week that I didn't fill it out, and I'm not really stressing about it. I can always go back and fill it in later, or I can put quotes stuff, or like practice pen tests or whatever I want on those extra pages. But so far in the month of May, I've actually kept up with it every single day, which is really nice. And I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that. So I'll be here tonight. I just love the way this paper feels once it's been written on, because it kind of has those indentations and it grows as you use it. So I just love this notebook, because you can see here's the second half of the year and how small the pages are, but then once you start putting stuff on it, they start to crinkle up and they start to get, you know, stickers and washi tape and stuff like that, and it just really turns out beautiful. I would love to learn more about art journaling, so if you have any like art journal YouTubers that you follow, or people on Instagram or Pinterest boards, go ahead and link those or mention them down below. I would love to learn more about how to really make this a work of art instead of just a bunch of washi tape and stickers. But for now, I'm excited about this, and I continue to use it every month, even though I might not pull it out for the notebook challenge. Okay, so another thing that I've been using in my evening routine is this little B6 traveler's notebook from Simply Gilded. So this is something that came in one of our subscription boxes with her a couple of months ago, and she usually does send a little B6 notebook with most of the Simply Gilded subscription boxes, but I didn't have anything to put a B6 notebook in until she sent this. So I went ahead and set it up. I haven't used any of the other notebooks so far except this first one, but it's a start. So I've been using this as part of my evening routine this month because Gabby Bernstein has been doing a 21-day meditation challenge. So I have been keeping up with this. I'm a little bit behind. I'm only on day 5, but I started it a little bit late, but I'm so far enjoying having just kind of a small page to talk a little bit about what the meditation was and to say how long it was in case I want to go back to it in the future, how it made me feel, anything she said that stood out to me. So this is a nice little booklet that I have been using for the meditation challenge. And so far I haven't been using the other ones, but it's a work in progress. I don't want to force myself to use notebooks. I just want to enjoy them and use them organically as they fit into my life. So the other two Traveler's Notebook style notebooks that I've been using are the Erin Condren On The Go Folio. I just realized that I have some ink on this one, so I'm gonna have to try to get that off. But there's not really anything huge to update you on. I'm just telling you that I still am working through this one. We're still working through our little projects to clean the house, as well as we've been watching more of the Marvel Universe stuff, but I've just got my notes in here and I haven't actually filled out the page. So there's nothing really to show you. I went through this last month and I just need to finish it. So we actually have now gotten all the way to Incredible Hulk. So I just need to go through, I've only done Captain America so far, but I need to go in and put all of my, like I've already printed the pictures and I need to put all my little notes down for the movies that we've watched. So no real progress on it, except that we have been watching the movies. If you want to see how I'm using this entire on-the-go folio, you can check out May's notebook challenge because I do go through it in there. Same thing with this one. I still am using these. However, I really fell off the wagon. This is kind of my diet and exercise journal, and I'm using the petite planners that are in here for that purpose, for my exercise, my meal planning, my gratitude, and things like that. But I really fell off the wagon here, and I have not been following my diet. I did lose 5 pounds in the month of May, so it was not failure. I did lose a little bit of weight, but I haven't been following Brightline for the past couple of weeks. So in June, I'm kind of restarting my commitment to fill out my eating, my intentions, my gratitude every day. And instead of, so I've got this one as a habit tracker. I was not very good at sticking with it, so I want to like figure out a better way to use it. But I also put this notebook in here, which is more of a dot grid kind of bullet journal instead of, I used to have the baby tracker in here, and you can see I had it set up because I was intending to use it for May and then I didn't use it, but I've got some ideas of how I want to use this to kind of journal a little bit in the morning routine of mine about my intentions for the day, of what I want to eat and what exercise I want to do and how I want to do my meditation and breathing for the day to take away some of the anxiety. So I was still kind of in the process of setting that up for the month of June. So hopefully at the end of June, there'll be a better update on this one, but for May, I only kind of halfway used it. Something kind of fun that I have also decided to do is to use my iPad as a notebook. So I did ask about this on Instagram stories and asked people, since I was working on a new project for a nonfiction book and I wanted to start keeping track of my ideas, should I do it in a physical notebook or my iPad? And actually like 60-something% voted for a physical notebook, but I'm already using so many notebooks and I thought it would be really fun to try using the iPad a little bit more. So I've created a little notebook here in the iPad called The Writer's Guide to Getting It All Done, which is kind of the tentative title for my book. And you can see here I have downloaded some stickers from Etsy. I will link the store down below that has like washi tape stickers and things like that. I haven't really had a chance to set this notebook fully up because I was just sort of playing around with the stickers and the pages and how I wanted to set them up. But here is just a little bit of a flip through. Let's see if I can turn it this way. A little bit of a flip through of some of the stickers that I purchased from Fiona Jardine on Etsy. Some of them are kind of bookish and little various like numbers and coffee ones, like kind of bullet journal ones. But these stickers are really cute, and all you have to do is you select the sticker. Well, you have to go to image and then you select the sticker, and if you press down on it, you click share and then copy, and then when you go to your other notebook, you press down and you click paste, and now you can kind of resize it and move it around the page. So it's really kind of a fun thing that I'm anxious to try and see if I enjoy creating a notebook inside my iPad. But I have ideas for 2 different nonfiction books that I would like to write. One has to do with kind of my Kanban HB90 method, and another one has to do with energy. And I can explain more about that in the future, but it's really just a rough idea right now. And so I know I'm not really like ready to actually write the book, but I wanted a place to just start keeping my notes because they've been coming sort of fast and furious. So I'm going to do that in my iPad. Hopefully by the end of June for the July notebook challenge, I'll be able to show you a little bit more of how that notebook is coming around and how it looks and if I've been successful in using it or not. So another exciting thing, if you watched my Kiki K haul, this is one of my previous Kiki K journals, and I just have the 365 editor's notebook from Stalogy in here, and I used this as a journal in 2019, but I only used it for a portion of the year, and then I kind of fell off when we started to move last May and June, and I was very pregnant, so I still have a lot of this notebook left. Of course, there's 365 pages in it, so it's something that I would like to use up. So I've been looking for something that I can do morning pages in because I'm having a lot of like really intense core therapy sessions with EMDR. And when I get done with therapy, I have a lot of thoughts and I really need to get them on paper. And my therapist is really encouraging me to do something where I'm actually writing through some of the things I'm thinking about in therapy. So if you watched my Kiki K haul, I'll link it down for you below or put it up in the cards here. I got this beautiful new mint Kiki K, and I'm actually gonna take this gray notebook that it came with, I'm gonna take this out of it, and I can use that again later. And I'm going to instead use this Stalogy notebook. It's the same size. This, you can fit any A5 size notebook, and actually the Hobonichi Cousin fits in this as well. So if you wanted to use the Hobonichi Cousin inside one of these Kiki K notebook holders, you could. When I used this as a notebook holder for my Hobonichi, I used the Avec Hobonichi, which is only 6 months each instead of the full one, because like I said, it does get bigger and bigger as the year progresses. I am not going to put the inside cover into the flap. I'm going to leave it like this so that I can decorate over here and here. So I'm excited to do that, but I'm going to wait for the digital dash box stuff, because the summer stuff that she has for that is super cute. So I'm going to cover the front of this and I'm going to decorate here. So I'll show you guys that on Instagram and how it turns out. So come follow me over on Instagram if you're interested to see how I set this up for my morning pages. If you are not familiar with morning pages, this is something from Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way. And it's something I started all the way back in college, where you write basically 3 longhand pages, or you set a timer and you can write for 15 minutes of just whatever comes to mind, anything and everything. But it's a way to kind of get all that stuff off your mind so that you can awaken the creativity inside of you first thing in the morning, just kind of a brain dump. And I want to get back to that, but specifically focusing on the things that I'm working on in therapy. So that's what this notebook is going to be about, and I'm so excited for it. So I've also got this one. You guys have seen this before. This is the Webster's Pages composition size notebook that's all decorated. And then I have one of my sort of partially used notebooks from May Designs. And I was kind of going back and forth on how I wanted to use this one. It's not going to be used a lot in the month of June because of time, but I have decided that I'm going to spend some time in a few of these pages anyway, practicing different font styles for my hand lettering, because like I said, I want to get better at the art journaling and things like that, including on that iPad. I really want to get better at my handwriting. So I'm just going to use this partially used notebook to practice different styles of fonts and lettering. And I don't know how much time I'll have to dedicate to it, but that's the notebook I'm going to use for that. Next, we have this Happy Planner deluxe cover. So this is just the snap-in hardcover and some gold discs. So this isn't even a full Happy Planner. It's not the planner part of it. It's just the deluxe hardcover and the gold discs. And inside it is my own HB90 Method 2020 Goals Planner. Now the Goals Planner is basically the same goals pages as my HB90 Method 90-day planner, but the 90-day planner I'm mostly using for myself as a daily and weekly planner. The goals planner doesn't have the daily and weekly pages. It just has the planning pages for the quarter. And so I wanted to bring this up again because I am about to start planning for the next quarter. I do still have a bunch of my sticky notes on here for Q2 because what I decided to do a little bit differently this quarter is instead of putting the entire 90 days worth of tasks up on the board, I decided to only put them up 1 month at a time. So some of these will be going up on my board for the month of June. I do think I'm pretty well on track for getting most of what I intended to get done for this quarter, which is going to be perhaps the most productive or successful quarter that I've ever had. So I'm like really knocking on wood here and hoping that that ends up being the case, because I felt really, really good about it, which is so strange that we're here in the middle of this very like different type of quarter with stay-at-home orders and everything else. But I've really gotten a lot done and I'm very proud of myself. So this upcoming week, I'm actually going to go ahead and start planning my Q3. So Q3, which is halfway through the notebook. I cannot believe we're almost halfway through the year. I'm going to start planning just a little bit earlier than I normally do because I want to film some of this process for you guys to show you sort of how I work through the goals planner and to show you a little bit more about the HB90 method, because the HB90 bootcamp actually opens today, you guys. So the course will start June 14th and run for that whole week, the 14th through the 20th. And you don't have to take it live. We do have one live, like main live element, which is the kickoff call on Sunday the 14th, but everything else is kind of go at your own pace if you would like to. So you can take it whenever you want. People that have paid for the course and taken it before, you can take it as many times as you want over and over again for free. You just have to make sure you have the current planner or like redate your old one. And it is such a great course and I'm so excited to run it again for Q3. So I wanted to go through some of the planning process with you guys and sort of show you a plan with me for the quarter, so that if you've been interested in joining the HB90 Bootcamp and you're just not sure what it is we do in there, this will give you a little bit more of a sneak peek of it. So it's fun to see just how much of this is done. And how much I've already accomplished this year, and I'm looking forward to an amazing Q3 and Q4. If you saw my video on Thursday or Friday this week, you know that I have already started working on an outline of what is going to be one of my main goals for Q3, which is a plan to get ahead. Instead of kind of always just getting things done when they're due, I want to get things ahead so that I can create even more space in my life for just things that are fun and less stressful. So I'm going to be outlining that and showing you guys that whole process coming up. I believe next week is when I'm planning to do it. So planning a little bit earlier for Q3, but hopefully that will help some of you see how the process works. If you're interested in grabbing the goals planner for yourself, it is currently, I believe, 20 or 30% off over on Etsy, because I know we're halfway through the year, so I wanted to give a discount on that as well. So this is one of the main like planner slash, not really a notebook, so I'm kind of stretching it there, but it is a place where I keep a lot of my notes and my goal setting. So this is something I'm about to dive into really early in June, getting ready for July, August, and September's plan. All right, so the last two notebooks that I have for you here, this one I don't really have to go through, but I will tell you, this is the outline of my entire Get Ahead plan. And I did a video on Friday showing you how I'm going to use this entire notebook, and this is definitely going to be a huge notebook for me over the next several months, if not the next year, because I'm going to be making a lot of plans in this Erin Condren notebook. And I'm so happy at the fact that they added so many pages to this, so it makes it so much more usable for a really big project like this. But if you're interested in seeing what this Get Ahead plan is all about, what the checklists are, and how I'm going to be using these productivity checklists and all of this stuff, please go and check out my video from Friday, which is how I plan to get ahead and get more done, because I go through it in detail. But I'm hoping that once we get to July, I'll be able to show you a lot more of this already filled out, and I'll do a separate video for that when it's ready. And then final notebook that I'll be using, I do have also a deluxe monthly in the smaller size that I use for my Sarra Cannon career, my writing career. This larger one is for my heart breathings career. So this is where I track everything that has to do with my newsletter, my social media, my editorial calendar for YouTube, my outlines for my videos and my courses and my planners and everything else. I have been officially using this planner notebook hybrid for a year, and sadly June is the very last month that I will be using it because it will be time for the new planner. So I've already started planning out my editorial calendar and the HB90 bootcamp and stuff for the month of June, and I've already started just a little bit of notes there, but I have loved this. This is probably one of my absolute favorite notebook planner hybrid type things I've ever used. So I know I've covered this before in this notebook challenge, but let me just tell you again what it is. This is basically a planner that just has a monthly dashboard page with a monthly calendar, and then it has several notes pages, and that's all it has. No weekly or daily pages. And then once you get to the end of the entire year, it's just a bunch of note pages, and you can actually add, I think, up to 80 more notes pages, and they can be lined or dot grid. But you can see here, I have used the heck out of this. Like, I'm already to the end of the notebook. I have used the entire thing, and I love it. It's been so useful and super handy, and I have planned out all my videos and all my content in here. So if you're looking for something that will make a good content planner, I highly recommend this. Now, they used to sell at Erin Condren just these single sheets that you could use as dividers, and I don't think they sell them anymore, but I do have some that I bought. Now, you can always buy more covers and then just use the covers as your divider, but that's why I have those in there. But this notebook has been one of my favorite things in the whole world, and I think I do still have some stickers left over, even though I did use a lot of them. I used the ones that were the gold foil, so I still have a lot of stickers that I have in here to use. An exciting thing also is that I do actually already have the new Erin Condren monthly planner for review. It's the smaller one, but it is the neutral size, and Tori at Erin Condren sent me that for review, as well as the academic planner. And so coming up in the next few days, I'm going to have a walkthrough of that. So if you're interested to see the changes that were made, and trust me, they are all good changes, I'm very excited about it. They have made it even better, and it's very subtle changes, and I'm excited to show you guys, but I can't really tell you about it just yet. Just know that there is a walkthrough of the layers version of the monthly planner coming up on my channel this upcoming week. But I will be sad to let go of this one. This is one that I am excited to hold on to for years and look back on in the future and be like, oh, that was when I was planning my Publish and Thrive course, or that's when I was redoing the entire HB90 or planning my social media planner. All of those plans are in this very well-loved deluxe monthly planner, and I have loved it. So if you're looking for a notebook that can also serve as like a content calendar or something that is time-based, I highly recommend this, because you get the calendar and all the notes pages, and it's just one of my favorite products from Erin Condren. So that is all of the notebooks that I'll be using in the month of June. Hopefully this gives you some ideas of how you might use some of your notebooks. Of course, the Heart Breathings Notebook Monthly Challenge is all about giving you an opportunity to pull out all of those notebooks that you've been hoarding, that you've thought were too beautiful and too precious to use, and just use them. Make them something that you write in, that you test, that you play with, that you enjoy, because it's nice to stare at beautiful notebooks on your shelf, but it's so much nicer to actually use them, and don't be afraid to mess them up. Just use it. The giveaway for this month is going to be this Harry Potter Hogwarts notebook from Insights, and it's a beautiful notebook. I have wanted to keep it myself, and then I finally was like, you know what, I'm not using it, and I'm probably not going to. So it has the Hogwarts crest on it. It is, I don't know if it's actual leather, probably not. It's probably vegan leather, but I don't see on here where it says. I'm sure that it's just vegan leather hardcover, and it has, this is probably the best feature, it has this beautiful picture of Hogwarts in the front, and then it has a little section about Hogwarts here in the beginning of it, and then you've got these cream colored fine lines like college ruled paper, and it does lay pretty flat, and it has a ribbon in it as well for you to keep your place. And then in the back it has the Hogwarts crest again, and the Quidditch field with a pocket in the back. So this is a very nice giveaway. I'm excited for somebody to win this that loves Harry Potter. This giveaway is going to be open internationally, so you can enter down below by commenting. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe. Comment down below with how your notebook challenge is going, or if you're excited about getting a new notebook and whether you're a fan of Harry Potter. Also, just quickly to show you some of my pen collection, since we are doing a pen challenge this year, I'm just going to quickly go through some of my Simply Gilded pens, and that's what I'm going to be using this month. So I have this one that is some of the like stars and moon with rose gold. This one, oh, that's a Kiki K. This one is like an ombre from bright pink to teal. This one has some pretty flowers on it, and I've actually used this one so much the ink is out, so I need to get a refill for that one. This one is another rose gold, sort of purplish pink one with some geometric shapes. I have this beautiful pink one. This is probably one of my favorite Simply Gilded pens. Another rose gold one with the signature bow. This one has a pretty, this was kind of a winter pen. It has some pretty florals on it with rose gold, similar to the colors in this one. Then we have a similar pen to that pink one. It's just a teal colored one, and this one also has little hearts on it. Then we have, this one is probably a more like summery sherbet one. This one always kind of reminds me of sherbet or ice cream. So it's got kind of a lime color with a pink at the bottom. And then we have this other ombre one that has stars up at the top with pink all the way down to a winter white. And then finally, we have this one is the newest pen that I've gotten from Simply Gilded, and it is an airplane with rose gold. So it's white with rose gold and an airplane that has like hearts and stars flying out behind it. So the pen giveaway this month is this airplane rose gold one. It still has the little plastic on the pen so that it won't leak in transit. So I figured that was the best one to give away since I've used all of these other ones. So some beautiful Simply Gilded pens. She always sends a pen in the washi tape subscription. So I have lots of them. These aren't even all of the ones that I have. I've been subscribed to that for over a year, and I love the washi and I love the pens. So I know that you're gonna love this pen as well. So this is the pen giveaway and the Hogwarts notebook. Just comment down below and I will choose one winner on Friday coming up next week. All right, you guys, that's all we have for the HB Notebook Challenge. Let me know down below how you're using your notebook, how your notebook challenge is going this year, and I hope that you'll subscribe and join me in my next video. Bye.